The quantum sensors aboard Earth's orbital defense station Gamma picked up the disturbance first, a massive ripple in space-time at the edge of the Kuiper Belt. Dr. Maya Chen, lead quantum physicist for the Earth Defense Council, watched as her holographic displays lit up with readings that would have seemed impossible just 50 years ago. Multiple vessels emerging from quantum space, she announced, her voice steady despite the gravity of the moment. Configuration matches no known human designs. Scale suggests an invasion fleet. High above Earth's atmosphere, in the carefully hidden command center of Orbital Defense Station Gamma, Fleet Admiral David Patel received the alert through his neural interface. His dark eyes narrowed as he studied the tactical projections. The approaching ships were massive, dreadnought-class vessels that dwarfed anything humanity publicly admitted to possessing. How many? He asked, though the data was already flowing through his neural link. 317 vessels, sir, Maya responded. Energy signatures suggest technology approximately 2 centuries beyond our public capabilities. The emphasis on public wasn't lost on anyone in the command center. For the past 70 years, humanity had maintained an elaborate deception. While the world's population believed space exploration had progressed at a steady but unremarkable pace, the truth was far more impressive. The alien fleet's approach was methodical, their formation speaking of absolute confidence. As they passed Neptune's orbit, they began broadcasting on all known frequencies. The message translated instantly through Earth's quantum computers. Peoples of Sol 3, hear the words of the Nexus Empire. We have observed your civilization and found it worthy of absorption into our grand design. Your technological achievement, while primitive, shows promise. Surrender now and become part of our eternal dominion. Resistance will result in your extinction. You have 1 planetary rotation to respond. Admiral Patel allowed himself a small smile. They think we're still using chemical rockets and radio waves, he observed. Initiate Protocol Mirage. Let's give them exactly what they expect to see. Across the solar system, Earth's true defensive capabilities remained hidden behind sophisticated quantum camouflage. Orbital platforms disguised themselves as communications satellites. Advanced warships masked their signatures beneath clouds of space debris. The greatest deception in human history was about to be tested. Dr. Chen, prepare a suitably primitive response, Patel ordered. Make it sound appropriately panicked, and alert the Defense Council. It's time to implement Operation Looking Glass. Maya nodded, her fingers dancing through holographic interfaces. Transmitting now, sir. Standard radio waves, encoded with basic encryption, they'll easily break. The message begs for more time to consider their demands. The Nexus fleet continued its advance, now passing Uranus. Their sensors swept the solar system, finding exactly what they expected. A civilization barely capable of reaching its own moon, with primitive orbital installations and predictable defensive measures. What they couldn't detect were the quantum-linked defense platforms hidden throughout the asteroid belt, or the fleet of advanced Earth vessels concealed within Saturn's rings. They didn't notice the artificial intelligence networks woven through seemingly abandoned space stations, or the gravitational weapon platforms disguised as simple research satellites. They're launching scout vessels, Maya reported. 3 ships, destroyer class, heading toward Mars orbit. Energy signatures suggest they're conducting detailed scans. Perfect, Patel responded. They're following standard conquest protocols. Maintain our facade. Let them think they're dealing with a primitive species desperately trying to mount a defense. Throughout Earth's hidden command centers, humanity's true military leadership watched and waited. Decades of preparation were about to be tested. The Nexus Empire was about to learn that appearances could be deceiving, and that humanity's greatest strength wasn't just its technology. It was its capacity for strategic deception. Scout vessels are approaching Mars perimeter, Maya announced. Their scan patterns suggest they're looking for orbital defenses. They'll find exactly what we want them to see, Patel replied. Maintain Protocol Mirage. Let them complete their reconnaissance. Every bit of false data they collect brings us closer to the moment of revelation. The scout ships moved with practiced precision, their crystalline hulls refracting sunlight in ways that seemed to defy physics. They passed through Mars' orbit, sensors probing for signs of military installations. They found only what appeared to be basic research outposts and primitive defense satellites. What they couldn't detect was the quantum grid beneath Mars' surface, or the advanced fleet hidden in dimensional pocket space throughout the system. They had no way of knowing that every scan they conducted was being analyzed and counteracted by artificial intelligence systems far beyond their comprehension. Main fleet is accelerating, Maya reported. They're committing to the attack vector we predicted. All pieces are in place, Admiral. Patel nodded, his neural interface connecting him to Earth's true defensive network. Very well. Transmit the surrender response. Make it appropriately desperate. Let them think they've broken our will to resist. As the Nexus fleet moved to strike what they believed was a helpless planet, humanity's greatest deception was about to be revealed. The hunters were about to discover that they had become the hunted, and that underestimating Earth would prove to be their greatest mistake. Commander Elena Santos stood in the dimensional pocket space dock, hidden within Titan's shadow, watching as her crew made final preparations aboard the EDS Prometheus. The massive warship, Earth's most advanced vessel, remained invisible to conventional sensors, its quantum-shifted hull existing partially outside normal spacetime. Status report, she commanded, her neural interface connecting her instantly to every system aboard the ship. The response came not in words, but in pure data, a stream of information showing readiness levels, weapon systems, and crew conditions. Through her quantum-enhanced vision, she could see the rest of Earth's hidden fleet scattered throughout the solar system. 50 ships of similar size to the Prometheus, each carrying technology that would seem like magic to the approaching Nexus Empire. 200 smaller vessels, frigates, and destroyers, all equipped with weapons that could tear apart space itself. Commander, her XO, Lieutenant Commander Marcus Wong, approached with a neural projection. Admiral Patel has initiated Phase 2 of Operation Looking Glass. The Nexus scout ships have completed their survey of Mars. They believe they found nothing but primitive defense satellites. Elena allowed herself a small smile. And our true defenses, completely undetected. The quantum camouflage is holding perfectly. They have no idea that Mars is actually our most heavily fortified position. The neural network pulsed with new information. The main Nexus fleet was accelerating toward Earth, their formation suggesting absolute confidence in their technological superiority. Their ships, while impressive, were exactly what Earth's intelligence had predicted, powerful but predictable, relying on brute force rather than innovation. All hands, Elena broadcast through the neural network, her thoughts reaching every crew member simultaneously. This is the moment we've trained for. For 70 years, humanity has hidden its true capabilities. Today, we show the galaxy why that was a mistake for our enemies. Throughout the Prometheus, crew members made final preparations. Unlike the cramped, utilitarian spaces depicted in public media, the ship's interior was a marvel of human engineering. Holographic interfaces merged seamlessly with physical controls, while quantum-linked crew members coordinated with perfect precision. Nexus fleet is passing Jupiter's orbit, Marcus reported. Their energy signatures suggest they're charging weapons. They expect to find nothing but outdated satellites and primitive orbital platforms. Elena moved through the ship's command center, her neural interface showing her real-time status updates from every system. The Prometheus's quantum core hummed silently, ready to drop its dimensional camouflage at a moment's notice. They're launching their first wave of fighters, Marcus announced. Standard conquest protocol. They'll try to overwhelm what they think are our primitive orbital defenses. Let them come, Elena responded. Maintain dimensional shift. Alert all fleet elements. Synchronize quantum signatures according to Plan Delta. When we reveal ourselves, we do it as one. Throughout the solar system, Earth's hidden fleet prepared for the moment of revelation. Ships hidden in Saturn's rings, beneath Jupiter's clouds, and in dimensional pockets throughout the asteroid belt all synchronized their quantum signatures. When they emerged, it would be with perfect coordination, their appearance calculated to cause maximum psychological impact on the enemy. "Commander," Marcus called out, receiving transmission from Admiral Patel. "The Nexus Empire has rejected our final desperate plea for mercy. They're committing their entire fleet to the attack." Elena nodded, connecting deeper into the neural network. Through it, she could feel the readiness of every ship in Earth's fleet, every crew member prepared for their role in the coming battle. The deception had worked perfectly. The Nexus Empire was completely committed to their attack vector, their fleet positioned exactly where Earth's strategic AI had predicted they would be. "Send to all ships," she commanded. "Prepare for dimensional shift. Weapons systems online but dormant until my mark. Remember your training. We're not just fighting with superior technology. We're fighting with the element of complete surprise." The Nexus fleet's advance continued, their formation spreading out to encompass Earth's orbital space. Their energy weapons charge, creating spectacular displays of light that illuminated the space around Mars. They were preparing to demonstrate their power, to show this primitive civilization the futility of resistance. They had no idea they were sailing into the most elaborate trap in military history. "Their first strike will target what they believe are our primary defense satellites," Marcus reported. "Impact in 30 seconds. Elena stood at the Prometheus's command center, her mind connected to the entire fleet through the neural network. "All ships, final positions. Prepare for protocol revelation. Let's show them what humanity has been hiding all these years." The Nexus Empire's energy weapons fired, their beams slicing through space toward Earth's supposedly primitive defenses. In moments, they would learn the true cost of underestimating humanity. The greatest revelation in human history was about to begin, and Elena Santos would help lead the charge that would change the galaxy's understanding of Earth forever. The Nexus Empire's energy weapons passed harmlessly through Earth's holographic decoy satellites, their devastating beams finding nothing but empty space. For a moment, confusion rippled through their fleet, their sensors struggling to understand the sudden disappearance of what had appeared to be primitive human defenses. That moment of confusion was all Earth needed. Now, Commander Elena Santos transmitted through the neural network. Protocol revelation begins. Across the Martian surface, what had appeared to be natural rock formations suddenly shimmered and vanished. Decades of careful preparation were revealed as advanced defense platforms emerged from their quantum camouflage. The red planet's dust, which had hidden them for years, dispersed to unveil rows of weapons that defied conventional physics. "All Martian defense grid units, weapons free," Elena commanded. "Show them what humanity has been hiding." The defense platforms opened fire simultaneously. Concentrated beams of quantum-accelerated particles struck the Nexus fleet's forward ships with surgical precision. Their crystalline hulls, designed to reflect conventional energy weapons, provided no defense against technology they hadn't known was possible. Direct hits on multiple targets, Lieutenant Commander Wong reported, his neural interface processing combat data faster than speech. "Enemy shields are completely ineffective against our quantum weaponry. 3 destroyers disabled, life support systems intact." The Nexus fleet's perfect formation shattered as ships scattered to avoid the unexpected firepower. Their return fire was desperate and uncoordinated, striking nothing but holographic decoys and empty space. "Commander," Marcus called out, "the Prometheus's dimensional shift is ready. All fleet elements report synchronized and prepared for emergence." Elena nodded, her mind connected to every ship in Earth's hidden fleet through the neural network. "Begin simultaneous dimensional shift. Let's show them what they're really dealing with." Throughout the solar system, Earth's true military might revealed itself. Ships emerged from dimensional pocket space, their quantum-shifted hulls becoming fully visible as they dropped their camouflage. The Prometheus led the revelation, its massive form materializing like a ghost in space. The Nexus fleet's commanders watched in horror as their sensors detected hundreds of human vessels appearing simultaneously, their technology far beyond what should have been possible for such a primitive civilization. "Open all frequencies," Elena ordered. "Let's give them a chance to understand their situation." Her voice transmitted across space, reaching every Nexus ship. "Attention Nexus Empire forces. You entered our solar system believing you found a primitive civilization ready for conquest. That assumption was incorrect. The technology you've witnessed is only a fraction of what we possess. Your ships are being disabled with precision and care. We are extending rescue operations to your damaged vessels. Consider your next actions carefully." The Nexus fleet's response was predictable. They launched fighters, hundreds of them, in a desperate attempt to overwhelm this unexpected defense. "Enemy fighters on attack vector," Marcus reported. "They're maintaining traditional combat formations." "Deploy quantum interceptors," Elena commanded. "Show them how we handle swarm tactics." From the Earth fleet, smaller craft emerged, their hulls barely visible as they manipulated quantum fields around themselves. They moved with impossible grace, their pilots' neural interfaces allowing them to react faster than any organic response time should allow. The space around Mars became a dance of light and energy as Earth's defensive systems systematically dismantled the Nexus attack. Each shot was calculated to disable rather than destroy, showcasing not just humanity's technological advancement, but their ethical approach to warfare. "Nexus command ship is attempting to coordinate a counterattack," Marcus announced. "They're adapting their shield frequencies, trying to match our quantum resonance." Elena smiled slightly. Impressive adaptation speed, but they're missing the fundamental principles. "All ships, execute maneuver Helios." The Earth fleet moved as one, their coordination made perfect through the neural network. Ships vanished and reappeared in complex patterns, their quantum drives allowing them to outmaneuver anything the Nexus Empire had encountered in their centuries of conquest. "Enemy fleet showing signs of disarray," Marcus reported. "Their command structure is breaking down. Multiple ships are powering down weapons, signaling surrender." "Deploy rescue drones to all disabled and surrendering vessels," Elena ordered. "Maintain quantum containment fields around their weapon systems, but ensure their life support remains stable. Let's show them the difference between conquest and defense." The battle continued to unfold with precise efficiency, Earth's defense systems demonstrating their effectiveness against what had been considered the galaxy's most powerful fleet. Each engagement was calculated to minimize loss of life while maximizing tactical advantage. "Commander," Marcus called out, "we're receiving a priority transmission from the Nexus flagship. Their fleet admiral is requesting direct communication." Elena straightened in her command center, her neural interface showing her the status of every engaged ship in the battle space. "Accept the transmission. Let's hear what they have to say now that they understand what they're really facing." The galaxy's balance of power was shifting, and humanity's long-hidden strength was at last revealed. But as Elena prepared to speak with the Nexus leadership, she knew that this wasn't just about victory. It was about showing a better way forward, even in the midst of conflict. High Admiral Kexixi of the Nexus Empire stood on the bridge of his flagship, the Crystal Dominion, his 4 eyes fixed on tactical displays that showed the impossible. Around his ship, the most powerful fleet in known space was being systematically dismantled by forces that shouldn't exist. "How?" he demanded, his translator converting his crystalline language into standard galactic frequencies. "How did we miss this level of technological advancement?" His science officer, Vertel, manipulated the holographic displays with her crystalline appendages. "They deceived us, Admiral. Completely and deliberately. Every scan, every observation we made over the past decades showed exactly what they wanted us to see." Meanwhile, aboard the Prometheus, Commander Elena Santos received the Nexus flagship's transmission. The alien admiral's image appeared in her neural interface, his crystalline form shimmering with barely contained agitation. "This is impossible," Kexixi stated. Your civilization was observed for decades. You barely achieved lunar colonization. Elena allowed herself a small smile. That's what we wanted you to think, Admiral. Humanity learned long ago that appearing weak while being strong is far more advantageous than the reverse. The battle continued around them, Earth's quantum-enhanced fleet moving with impossible precision. The neural network allowed human ships to coordinate in ways the Nexus Empire had never encountered, their tactics evolving in real time to counter every attempted response. Admiral, Vertel called out on the Crystal Dominion. Analysis of their weapon systems shows technology we've never encountered. They're not just manipulating quantum fields, they're rewriting local physics. On the Prometheus, Marcus Wong monitored the enemy fleet's attempts to adapt. They're trying to modify their shields to match our quantum frequencies, Commander. Clever, but they don't understand the underlying principles. Of course they don't, Elena responded. They've relied on brute force for so long, they've forgotten how to truly innovate. All ships, execute Protocol Starburst. Earth's fleet move is one, their formations flowing like water around the Nexus Empire's rigid battle lines. Ships phased in and out of normal space, their quantum drives allowing them to appear where no defense could predict. Impossible. Kexixi raged as another wave of his fighters was disabled by weapons that seemed to ignore his most advanced shields. No civilization could have hidden this level of advancement. You assumed, Elena transmitted back, that because we didn't show our strength, we didn't possess it. That was your first mistake. Your second was believing that technological advancement must always be displayed. Throughout the solar system, more of Earth's hidden defenses revealed themselves. What the Nexus Empire had dismissed as debris in the asteroid belt transformed into automated defense platforms. Seemingly empty regions of space shimmered as quantum camouflage dropped, revealing sophisticated weapon systems. Admiral, Vertel reported, her crystalline form vibrating with stress. We're detecting similar technology throughout the system. They've turned the entire solar system into an integrated defense grid. On the Prometheus, Elena watched through the neural network as the Nexus fleet's formation continued to deteriorate. Their once perfect battle lines had devolved into scattered groups trying desperately to counter attacks from weapons they couldn't understand. Commander, Marcus called out, we're detecting power fluctuations in multiple Nexus vessels. They're burning out their systems trying to match our quantum field modulation. Remind all ships, Elena ordered, disable, don't destroy. Every life we spare today is a statement about humanity's principles. The battle had become a demonstration not just of technological superiority, but of philosophical difference. Where the Nexus Empire sought to crush and conquer, humanity's forces showed precision and restraint, disabling enemy vessels while protecting their crews. Admiral Kexixi, Elena transmitted, your fleet is surrounded. Your weapons are ineffective. Your ships are being disabled one by one. But notice, we haven't destroyed a single vessel. We haven't taken a single life. This is your chance to prove that the Nexus Empire can learn and adapt in ways beyond simple combat. In the Crystal Dominion's command center, Kexixi's crystalline form shimmered with complex emotions. In centuries of expansion, the Empire had never encountered a species that had not only matched their technology but surpassed it, all while maintaining an elaborate deception that had fooled their best observers. Their rescue drones have reached our disabled ships, Vertel reported. They're stabilizing life support systems, providing emergency power. Admiral, they're saving our crews even as they disable our vessels. The battle's outcome was no longer in doubt, but its true significance was still unfolding. The Nexus Empire had arrived expecting to find a primitive civilization ready for conquest. Instead, they had discovered a species that had not only surpassed them technologically, but was demonstrating a different way of wielding power. As rescue operations continued around disabled Nexus ships, the neural network hummed with activity. Earth's fleet maintained their perfect coordination, ready to respond to any last desperate measures. But on both sides, Commanders were beginning to realize that this encounter would change more than just the balance of military power in the galaxy. Admiral Patel stood in Earth's orbital command center, watching as the final pieces of humanity's greatest revelation fell into place. The Nexus Empire's fleet hung in space, their once mighty formation now scattered and largely disabled, their remaining active ships surrounded by Earth's quantum-enhanced forces. Admiral Kexixi. He transmitted, his neural interface connecting directly to the communication systems. I am Fleet Admiral David Patel, Earth Defense Force Supreme Commander. I believe it's time we had a proper conversation about the future. On the Crystal Dominion, Kexixi's crystalline form shifted through complex patterns that his species used to express deep contemplation. Around his flagship, human rescue drones continued their work, stabilizing damaged ships and evacuating injured crew members. You could have destroyed us, Kexixi responded, his translator converting his thoughts into clear transmission. At any point in this battle, you had the power to annihilate our entire fleet. Why didn't you? Because that's not who we are, Elena Santos answered, the Prometheus maintaining its position near the Nexus flagship. Humanity learned long ago that true strength lies not in the ability to destroy, but in the choice to preserve life even in conflict. Through the neural network, Earth's military leadership shared a moment of silent communication. Decades of preparation, of careful hiding and strategic patience had led to this moment. Now came the most crucial part, showing the galaxy a different way forward. Your civilization, Kexixi continued, maintained this deception for years. Every observation, every scan showed us exactly what you wanted us to see. How? Why? Patel smiled, his image now projecting into the Crystal Dominion's command center through quantum entanglement technology that made the Nexus Empire's holographic systems seem primitive in comparison. We discovered the ruins of one of your previous conquests on Mars, he explained. We learned about the Nexus Empire's pattern of expansion, how you judge civilizations based on their apparent technological level. So we made a choice, to hide our true capabilities until they were needed. Through the neural network, Elena received updates from rescue operations throughout the battle space. All disabled Nexus vessels have been stabilized, she reported. Medical teams are treating injured crew members. No casualties reported from either side. Vertel, the Nexus science officer, manipulated her displays with growing amazement. Admiral, she reported to Kexixi, analysis of their technology suggests advancement at least 3 centuries beyond our current level, but their approach to its use, it's unlike anything in our historical records. Because you've only encountered civilizations that either fought back and lost, or surrendered and were absorbed, Patel explained. We chose a third path, to prepare in secret, to advance beyond your capabilities, and then to show mercy when we had the upper hand. The quantum network hummed with activity as Earth's fleet maintained their defensive positions. But now, interspersed with tactical data, medical reports flowed through the system. Human doctors worked alongside automated systems to treat injured Nexus crew members, their different physiologies no barrier to Earth's advanced medical technology. Your empire, Elena added, has spent centuries believing that power must be displayed to be real. We believed differently. We learned that true strength can remain hidden, that wisdom sometimes means waiting for the right moment to reveal oneself. Kexixi's crystalline form pulsed with colors that his species used to express profound realization. You could have revealed yourselves at any time. Shown your power, demanded concessions, claimed territory, and perpetuated the cycle of dominance and submission that your empire has spread across the galaxy. Patel asked. No, we chose to wait until we could demonstrate not just superior technology, but a superior way of thinking. Through the neural network, Earth's leadership received confirmation. The last damaged Nexus vessel had been stabilized, its crew receiving medical attention. Not a single life had been lost in what could have been a devastating space battle. So what happens now? Kexixi asked, his translator conveying genuine uncertainty. Our fleet is disabled. Our empire's military supremacy has been proven false. What are your demands? Demands. Elena responded, sharing a knowing look with Admiral Patul through their neural link. We don't make demands, Admiral Kexixi. We offer opportunities. Your empire has spent centuries conquering and absorbing other civilizations. Today, we offer you the chance to learn a new way. Patil nodded, his holographic form stable in the Nexus flagship's command center. We propose an exchange, not of submission, but of knowledge. Your empire has explored vast regions of space, encountered countless civilizations. We've developed technology and philosophy that your people have never considered. Imagine what we could accomplish together, as equals rather than conquerors and conquered. The silence that followed was heavy with possibility. In the space around Mars, Earth's fleet maintained their positions, their quantum drives humming silently. The disabled Nexus ships, their crews now safe and receiving treatment, stood as testament to a different kind of victory. A partnership, Kexixi said slowly, his crystalline form shifting through patterns of deep thought. Not conquest, not submission, but true cooperation. Exactly, Elena confirmed. Let this day be remembered not as a military defeat, but as the moment the galaxy learned a better way forward. When the Nexus Empire discovered that true strength lies not in the power to destroy, but in the wisdom to grow and change. As the sun rose over Earth's horizon, casting its light across the assembled fleets, the future of galactic civilization hung in the balance. Humanity had revealed not just its hidden strength, but its vision for a different kind of interstellar society. The deception was over, but the real work of building a new future was just beginning.